You were told a lie. Work hard, stay loyal, put in the hours, and one day it'll pay off. But here's what no one tells you. Most people who follow that advice will work 40 years, retire with just enough to survive, and never understand why. It's not because they were lazy. It's not because they made bad choices. It's because of something built into the system, something designed to look like fairness while quietly running against you. I'll show you exactly what that is, but first, let's talk about your Monday morning. By the way, if you're tired of working harder and wondering why it never seems to be enough, subscribe. That's the whole point of this channel. You wake up, alarm goes off, same time, every day. You commute, you sit, you answer emails that didn't need to exist. You attend meetings that could have been a 2-line message. You do good work, you get decent reviews, maybe you even got a promotion once. And yet, at the end of the month, after all the bills, the groceries, the rent, there's not much left, maybe nothing. You're not broke, you're not failing, but you're not moving forward either. You're running, but the floor is moving backward underneath you. And the strange part, nobody at work seems to be talking about this. Everyone just keeps showing up, performing productivity, pretending the system is working. Maybe the problem isn't you. Maybe the problem is the structure itself. Here's what most financial advice gets wrong. It focuses on your spending. Cut the coffee, skip the vacation, save more. But the real problem isn't your spending habits. The real problem is the structure underneath your income and why that structure was never designed to make you wealthy. I'll explain that in a moment. But first, consider this. A salary is a transaction, your time in exchange for money. Every single week, same trade, over and over. The moment you stop working, the money stops. There's no multiplication, no compounding, no scale. It's linear. 1 hour equals 1 unit of pay. Always. Now compare that to how wealth actually accumulates. Wealth doesn't grow linearly. It compounds. And a salary, by design, cannot compound because it's tied to your hours, and you only have 24 of them. If you've ever felt this in your own life, that quiet grinding sense that something is off, drop "salary trap" in the comments. You'd be surprised how many people feel the same way. Let's go deeper, because this isn't just about salaries. Think of it like 2 separate machines. Machine 1, your salary. It grows slowly, incrementally. A 3% raise here, maybe 5% if you negotiate well, once a year if you're lucky. Machine 2, everything your salary has to pay for: food, housing, transport, healthcare, energy. These don't wait for your annual review. They move constantly, quietly, upward. Salary grows slowly. Inflation grows quietly. The gap between them grows invisibly. Now, here's the thing about corporations. They understand this gap perfectly. In fact, they depend on it. When your salary barely keeps pace with inflation, you stay dependent. You need the next paycheck. You can't afford to walk away. And that dependency is exactly what keeps the machine running. It's not a conspiracy. It doesn't need to be. It's just the logic of the system. Companies are optimized to minimize labor costs. Salaries are labor costs, so salaries are minimized rationally, structurally, without malice. Working harder inside that system doesn't change the logic. It just makes you a more efficient part of it. So what does change the equation? Leverage. Leverage is when your income isn't tied directly to your hours. It's when something, a skill, an asset, a product, a system, works while you're not actively working. The wealthy don't earn more per hour. They've built things that earn without hours. This framework, understanding the gap between linear income and leveraged income, is exactly what I break down in the Escape the Salary Trap guide. Not theory, the actual mechanics. For now, let's keep pulling the thread. Here's where most people make the wrong move. They hear this, get frustrated, and start fantasizing about quitting, burning it down, starting over tomorrow. That's not the play. The goal isn't to quit your job tomorrow. The goal is to stop being fully dependent on it. There's a difference between working a job and being trapped in one. Trapped means if this job disappears tomorrow, I'm in serious trouble. Trapped means I've never built anything outside this salary. Trapped means I've been too tired every evening to think beyond the next deadline. That exhaustion isn't accidental, by the way. A system that extracts maximum energy from you during the day has a built-in defense mechanism. It leaves you with just enough left over to rest and return. So the shift isn't quitting, the shift is awareness. Awareness that your time and your income don't have to be permanently locked together. Awareness that the salary is a starting point, not a destination. Awareness that building something, even slowly, even quietly, changes your position in the system. You don't need to be a millionaire to have leverage. You just need to have something that earns without depending entirely on your next 8 hours. That's a different way of thinking about wealth, and most people never get there. Here's the uncomfortable truth about this conversation. Most people who watch this will nod along, feel something shift in their thinking, and then go back to the exact same routine tomorrow. Same commute, same inbox, same end-of-month confusion about where the money went. Not because they don't understand, but because understanding and acting are two different things, and the system, the job, the schedule, the exhaustion, is very good at filling the space between them. But there's a smaller group. People who hear this and don't let it fade. People who start asking different questions. Not, how do I work harder? But, what am I actually building? And this leads to the most important rule of leverage, the one that changes everything once you understand it. The rule is simple. Leverage compounds, but only if you start. A salary requires constant input. Every week you must work for it to exist. But leverage, a skill, an asset, something that earns beyond your hours, grows over time without requiring more of you. The person who starts building leverage today, even slowly, even imperfectly, will have something in 3 years that the person who kept waiting has nothing. That's the quiet advantage. Not talent, not luck, just the decision to stop waiting for the system to reward you and start building something it can't take away. If you only trade time for money, every hour, every day, forever, you will always be behind, because time is the one thing that doesn't scale. Working harder was never the answer. Building smarter was. And the people who understand that aren't smarter than you, they're just operating with a different map. A small percentage of people who watch this will actually go look at how leverage works in practice. They'll study it, apply it, quietly. If that's you, the Escape the Salary Trap guide is linked below. It's not motivational content, it's a framework, the mechanics of building income that doesn't depend on punching a clock. Subscribe if you want more of this. No noise, just the parts of the system they never taught you. See you in the next one.